Broadcasting from Watts Creative Studios and live on Grove Street FM. You're listening to Talk Local to Me, brought to you by the Central Virginia Business Coalition.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Talk Local to Me, where you're going to be able to hang out, listen to all of our wonderful local businesses, local events, local news, all the great things. I'm Heather Alto with the Central Virginia Business Coalition.
And I'm Mike Norfield with Visiting Angels of Lynchburg.
I kind of tripped you up a little bit because I started talking more than normal.
You did?
Yeah.
That's hard to do, too.
I'm here trying to still recoup from this past weekend and all the Bedford Centerfest activities.
Did something happen this weekend?
Yeah. Well, just a little thing. It wasn't much. It was, just a little festival happening here in the center of downtown Bedford, Virginia. So
it was a fun time.
It was a really fun time. So I want to, first of all, thank all my volunteers that came out and helped us this year. For the first year ever, I think we had many volunteers marking roads, helping out during the day. Apparently, Autumn needs to stay pregnant every year around Centerfest time because nobody wanted her to do anything. So
I don't know if she'll go with the pregnant every year.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe.
I mean, as I would like it, I have lots of little grandkids running around. But so big thank you there. Another huge major thank you to the town of Bedford, Public Works, Bedford Electric Department, and the town of Bedford Police Department. Those three, areas, I could not put on this festival without their help. And they do an amazing job from, helping us with the roads, trash, just any little thing we need as far as, just making sure bathrooms are unlocked or, things are being taken care of as they should. And all of our vendors are getting their electricity plugged in correctly. And then, of course, with the town police, they're keeping everyone safe as they're walking around in the festival. So big shout out to them. And then, last but not least, certainly our sponsors. We have a lot of sponsors. I will really state Terman Forest Products, our presenting sponsor, along with Boone Tractor and Destination Bedford, the town of Bedford. And I want to give a shout out real quick to someone that I left. Okay, I'm just going to say this because I feel horrible. Because, normally we have, the banners up and everything for different areas. And of all of the people I left off of the Kids Zone sponsor area, and I'm really sad to say this, and partially it was my fault and partially it was, not, but it is what it is. D.W. Lawhorn, Boots the Cow. He was a sponsor of our Kids Zone. I would also like to mention Pack Law, who was a sponsor of our stage, as well as Custom Structures and the PETA Company. So big, huge shout out to all of those sponsors that came in clutch and many others. I mean, we had other Kids Zone. If I sat here and named off a bunch of our sponsors, we would be here for about another 10 minutes just listening to me talk about all the people that helped us sponsor. But, we can't do what we do without them, no matter how small, because I think a lot of people think that this is like a huge moneymaker for us. And let's be honest, while vendors pay booth fees, most of that money goes back into the planning of the event, whether it's marketing, whether it's buying we have to purchase the inflatables. We had a lot of the kids things like the balloon dude and things like that. And they came and did it for free because we paid them the fee to be there all day.
Right.
So we try and take those costs and make it so that those coming don't have to absorb it. Then of course that, like you said, the bands, there's lots of things that go into this. So when we're looking into like already for next year, those sponsors help us to be able to decide like, hey, what's our budget looking like and how can we make this bigger and better? So if you want bigger and better and your business is out there, think about sponsoring. We have, as little as $100 up to $2,000. So definitely, would love to have your business if you're interested. But how many people would you guesstimate we had, Woody? Mike? Anyone?
Oh, wow.
It was more than 12.
Yeah. At least 15
more
or
than
16.
12.
It was a lot of people. So my wife and I volunteered at the alcohol ID check and things like that. So we saw just a small select group of people that were coming to see the bands and get food and things like that. But if I was to gauge just by the length of the line at Porterhouse, Their food truck is amazing. And if there was a contest for best food truck and you just judged it purely by the size of the line all day long, they would definitely win. But they probably have 30 people in their line for most of the day. And I think they actually almost sold out, right?
They sold out of everything but chicken salad, I think. And I'm not even sure they didn't sell it out by the end of the day.
Yeah. It was a lot of people. It was a great day. Almost everybody behaved. I had to get after Woody one time, and there was another
it was
fun participant that we had a slight situation with, but that was quickly dealt with. And, but it was overall it was a great day. I saw a lot of families going around. I saw a lot of groups of people going around, a lot of people dressed up. But
the kids trick-or-treating was so cute. I loved it.
The kids costume contest, let me tell you, one kid had an entire model of the Titanic. And
he did.
Dressed like the captain of the Titanic.
Wow. It was amazing.
And it was an amazing costume, I'm just going to say. So
Woody, being on the main road, what's your guesstimate?
Oh my God.
A couple thousand?
It didn't,
more than that?
Yeah, more than that. It didn't slow down all day. It was a steady stream, and everyone was so nice. It was a great crowd too. Where we were at, we had a wonderful time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was. I would say, I don't know. I feel like it was more than last year. So my body is telling me it was more as many times as I got up and down. And
and we know how you love crowds and things.
I love crowds, and this was this.
So.
Yeah, you sold out of all of your Grover books.
Yeah. So there's a bunch of little kids running around Bedford with a new Grover book. So I'm very happy.
Which is awesome because it's great to have kind of like Harry Potter did for reading again. Grover is trying to do the same. And
there you go.
The thing I loved is Woody had a few people that came up and was like, "Oh, I listened to the podcast, and I use Grove Street FM," and they'd show him the app, and he would just be like, "Here, I'm going to give you an extra something." So
yes, it was so flattering. It was so flattering, and the kids responded well to Grover, and our app installs were up. So it was a great day. It was nice too to see a lot of local, out of just the local community too. So it was kind of a win-win.
Yeah.
Next year, however, there is something I would like to see at your table, Woody.
Uh-oh.
I want somebody in a Grover suit.
That is
and Brandon Brown likes to dress up, so
stay tuned.
Maybe Grover, he could be Grover for the day.
Stay tuned.
So I feel like for taking an event that we had to literally pick up and move all the working pieces
with
last minute,
notice.
Less than a month's notice. We got a few small things to tweak. Few small things, people,
but very minor.
And so honestly, I was very pleased. I did miss one person I want to give a quick shout out to, and that is Autumn Myers, our events director. She did a great job making sure everything ran smoothly, and just want to give that shout out as well.
And if she's giving out shout outs, I'm going to give them out too. So I want to shout out too. So Autumn, this event does not come together in the last few weeks before it. It takes all year.
Yep.
And Autumn has done a great job at organizing, but also Heather works all year, works really hard, works long hours. The closer it gets to the festival, and puts everything she has into every event. So thank you for all your hard work.
I appreciate that.
And things like that. That's good.
So, so if you're interested in being a part of Centerfest next year as a vendor, even a band, contact us now. Early bird registration has already opened because, like Mike said, we start planning the minute it's over.
Right.
So definitely get in touch with us so we can send you the link to get yourself in there, because it will sell out. Believe me, I can promise you our booth spaces will sell out.
And while you're at cvabc.org looking up that form. Also, if you want to be in the parade, it's a good time to get into that because the deadline's coming up in November.
It is.
The 17th.
The 17th, that Friday,
yeah.
The week before Thanksgiving, because we spend that week getting everything ready, and then we send out all of the lineups the week right before the parade. So
perfect.
Yep. So you'll have until the 17th, and we may chat a little bit about the parade later, pending time. We've taken up enough time talking about Centerfest because it is now over, and I'm tired, and I don't want to think about it again until next year. So we are joined today with Maggie McKenna with Maggie Takes Pics. How are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing really good.
Other than being tired from Centerfest.
Yeah, I will say there were body parts on me Sunday and Monday I weren't quite sure that I knew existed until, I got up that day.
Yeah, I had some plans to, be productive and everything on Sunday. And we actually went to a spooky tea for Isaiah 117 house. And if I hadn't had that planned, I probably wouldn't have done anything. But the morning nothing was done. We just tried to recover drink a lot of water and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I took Riley trunk or treating, and I just dressed up like an old lady that couldn't walk.
It was a great costume. I heard it,
Yeah.
very authentic.
So so tell us a little bit. We'll just start, and I know Maggie has been on the podcast before, but it's been quite a while. And so for those who maybe are kind of new to listening to Talk Local to Me, let's kind of start off with, what is Maggie Takes Pics? How did you start, your own photography business?
Okay. Well, that dates back actually to 2010, May of 2010. I had been teaching scrapbooking classes for a decade at that point, and I'd noticed something that it's mostly women who are into scrapbooking, and they had all of these lovely photos that they were documenting their family trips, and they had pictures of their husbands, their kids, the family dog, and they were not in any of the photos.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, well, when your kids go back to look at this, they're going to want to know, where's mom? So that became kind of my mission, is I want mom to end up in the photographs too. I want her picture on the mantle. I want her picture in the scrapbook. I want her picture on the gallery wall. And so that's where that kicked off.
I love that. And this is going to seem kind of funny because it doesn't seem on topic, but it kind of is. That's one of the reasons when my family and I go to somewhere like Disney or Universal, I do pay the extra money for the memory maker, because that way I can be in photos and document our times there with, because they have the photographers that are on site.
Exactly.
And I have a lot of people that are like, why would you pay that to, go out there when you can just take pictures yourself? That's exactly that, because I'm taking the pictures myself and I'm not able to be in them. And I just feel like, if I'm going on a trip that large, I want those memories too. I want to be in there.
Right.
So, I think that's a great idea. And I don't think a lot of families really think about that when they're out and about taking pictures. They just whip out their cell phones and away they go.
Yeah, and you're gonna whip out your cell phone. You're gonna take a selfie. You're gonna look funny in it.
Yeah,
because your arm is not long enough.
That's true.
Or you're sticking a stick out there somewhere. I don't know. Do they still do selfie sticks? I guess
I think so.
Every once in a while, but not really.
Yeah, no, not really. It's inconvenient.
Yeah,
and you don't get a nice, good photograph of everyone together.
Mm-hmm.
And so, that's absolutely one of the best reasons to have a photographer come and do that for you. And it's something, a photographer will also get you something better than cell phone quality. Yes, if you're going to just print it 4x6, or if you're going to just leave it online for social media, cell phone's great. But if you want that thing printed so that you can actually see it and share it and have a physical, tangible picture on the wall,
right,
you need something a little better than just a selfie.
Yeah.
Especially if you're going to document something like a trip.
Yeah, because I've had that problem as well, where we've taken them and then I've been like, oh, that would look really cute blown up. And then you do that and it's so pixelated. It looks horrible. Mm-hmm. So I agree with you on that as well. So you got started in photography. And what type, what type, I know there are a lot of photographers out there.
There are.
Mm-hmm. What is kind of your specialty if you have, if you could say you have something you really specialize in?
I do specialize in women's portraits, because I have found that, yes, while some men are very concerned with how they look, women will pick themselves apart in a flash.
Yep.
And I want to make sure that they are posed so that they look their best. I want to make sure that they are well lit and there's, all of the things that they want fixed are taken care of before we take that photograph. I was photographing a woman yesterday, and her biggest concern was the lighting and her crooked smile and whether or not her eyes were open far enough. And I thought, why on earth are you worried about your crooked smile? Because that is the most endearing thing. I swear it is. But she was concerned about that. So that's something we worked on is, okay, yes, you are well lit. No, I'm not showing off your wrinkles. Yes, I can fix the fact that you've got a blemish on your face. Yes, if you stand up nice and tall and you tighten all your abs, not something that you normally do, and bring your chin forward so that you're not slumped back and creating a double chin. It's going to show up in the photograph. We're going to fix that ahead of time so that you don't have to worry about it later. So women's portraits, my favorites are the women who come in for one thing and end up with another too. So they might come in for a headshot and end up staying for a boudoir session, or they've got different businesses that they want to have photographs of, or they want the glamorous beauty fine art portrait, and then we want something a little more casual that looks like every day except elevated. So it's that whole blend of what do you want, how do you want to show up. So multifaceted women who have lots going on tend to be my favorites.
And we used Maggie last year, I think, for family pictures, because Maggie had brought up at one of our conversations about, I work with seniors a lot. A lot of times they're on a current picture of the senior. So something happens end of life and you have to do like the obituary and things like that, trying to find a picture where you're not trying to crop it to take some background out or something like that. So having a picture that you can use for that, and not to mention just the memories of, we had my entire family together, which is 5 nieces and nephews and assorted things like that. And, my 2 kids and my mom and dad and my brother-in-law, sister, and the whole gang. We got some hilarious pictures taken where we pretended.
Absolutely.
We have a joke in our family. My sister and I, if my dad tells a terrible joke, I'll be like, I'm adopted. And so we have pictures where my mom and dad and I are standing next to each other. My sister's like off to the side and we're like, no. And then we did the other picture where, they pretended like they didn't know who I was. So we had a lot of fun with it, things like that. My wife's telling me it was 2 years ago. So
yes,
it was 2021. Yes. And we even took pictures in Hawaiian shirts because, my dad loves Hawaiian shirts. I'm not sure why, but we try to buy him the loudest and the ones that clash the most with everything else he owns as much as we can, just to drive my mother crazy. So we all had Hawaiian shirts and took a picture. And so we had that cool theme and things like that. So it was, we got a lot of things out of that one shoot, and it was a great experience because we didn't just have pictures that we could print, but we also had ones that we could post to Facebook and all that fun stuff as well. It was a great experience.
Yeah. While you were at it, you got a new headshot and your mom got a new gallery wall.
I did. Yeah. Yeah, she did.
Mm-hmm.
So speaking of,
awesome.
Women's photography, you just finished up a session that you just had at Second Stage in Amherst, correct? Of women over 50?
Yes.
And you did portraits of, because I feel like you try and do your best in letting women feel beautiful at any age.
Oh, absolutely.
And so tell us a little bit about that, that, and are you looking at doing anything new?
Actually, the Over 50 project was, the original big goal was I would photograph 50 women. And then reality hit me that takes a lot of time and a lot of effort. And when I started it, we were still early-ish pandemic. So, basically there was a whole lot of reluctance to be up close and personal with somebody. But, and then I had surgery. Anyway, long story short, I finally said, you know what? I think I had a dozen women at that point. I said, you know what? These ladies have been waiting long enough. We're just going to call a deadline. Boom. This is it. And then I had 6 more people. I want to get in on this.
That's how it always happens.
I'm like, really? The deadline? Okay, fine. Okay.
There's some people out there like me that ignore
some
deadlines
people,
and just go, well, you can fix this for me, right?
Prompted by deadlines. Some people push them. I had like 6 other ladies come in after that, but that was fine.
Yeah.
But they were all women who are over the age of 50. So they have an incredible story, a life experience that expands beyond just this moment. And it was really, really nice to celebrate them. So these women all participated in this particular experience. They had a 12 by 18 canvas on display at our celebration that was up for 6 weeks at Second Stage. I just took that down. The canvases are still in my car. It's time to start delivering them because as part of this, if they want their canvas, they can keep it. I will come and deliver it to them. They were also featured in a magazine. I made a magazine of them. So
Okay.
it's got their photograph, it's got the main canvas, it has a biography, and then a couple of smaller photos as well. Other photos either from that session or that I have taken. So there's so they got this the Celebration magazine. They were in the exhibit. We did a reception for them. Had a good turnout, and it just I really loved it. I loved hearing their stories. I loved being able to do this for them. And I'm gonna do it again in 2024.
Okay.
My plan was to do an over 50. My other thought was maybe I'll do a Gen X, 1965 to 1980. I don't know.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure I'm going to stick with the over 50 just because that population is now, for the most part, their children have grown and moved out, and now they're starting new chapters, or they have lived new chapters, and they're frankly getting to the end of chapters. And so I want to make sure that they are existing still. Because once your kids grow up and move out, you don't get the family photo every fall for Christmas cards anymore. Once your kids have gotten married, there's no more picture of you at their wedding all dressed up. So what may have been an annual thing that was very important to you suddenly drops like a rock.
Right.
So,
well, I saw some of the pictures that you had posted, and I know some of the women that you photographed, and they just looked beautiful.
Yeah.
And so I know when you do the next one, I know last time I had wanted to get my mother in there. I may want to try and do that the next time you do it, because I think it would be really cool.
I would love to have her.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
Mike's mom is due for a new update too.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go.
Marilyn.
Yeah, we're just talking about that.
Tell Marilyn to get on in there.
Yep.
That would be awesome. Now, you also do business, because we were just talking about headshots. We've had, you've done work for our organization. My headshot is currently, the one that we have on our websites and all of our
That
staff.
also needs an update.
It does.
So it does need an
It really
update.
You look a little different now.
Little bit.
Teeny tiny bit. I know I had somebody the other day talk to me about the video Woody did for me, and they were just like, they looked at it, and she said, I honestly didn't even think that was you. I thought it was somebody else that maybe worked there prior to you. And I was like, nope. That was me.
It's time to redo it. Yeah. Anytime you've had a change of some kind, you've changed your hair color, maybe got new glasses, or lost a lot of weight, or honestly gained some weight. If you don't look like your picture, if it's not current, if it's not less than 2 years old, it's time for a new one.
And to the people who were going to say, "Oh, I want to lose the weight before I take a picture," all this stuff.
No.
My philosophy has always been, I'm never scared to be in a picture and take a picture, because I look at every picture as an opportunity to have an excellent before picture.
There you go.
So if you've got a goal you want to reach in your life,
I like that,
I like
Mike.
that.
That's
And
awesome.
if you saw my post the other day, my wife and I look considerably different now. I didn't realize how much I had
yes.
changed.
Yeah.
I saw that post.
But who knew that I'd been saying that for all these years, and I finally had a picture that was actually a before picture. So, because we're both down quite a bit in weight, so
it's that, and I'm really good for at least 5 or 10 pounds.
Yeah.
Just
There you go.
imposing.
It's funny that you say that, because my husband and I were getting ready for Halloween, and he put on a shirt the other day he hadn't been able to wear in forever, and he has lost almost 30 pounds
the side effect of
from
of your weight loss.
Yeah.
Is your habits change. And my wife bought some Little Debbie's last night. She did not buy Christmas trees because she's forbidden from buying them because I would eat the whole box. But she bought some Little Debbie's last night, and I was going to grab one with breakfast this morning and totally forgot about it, just because it's not on my mind to grab that snack like I used to. Let me grab it everywhere I go. If you ever see me, I always have a soda with me, but I used to always have a soda and a snack. Now it's just the soda. So that's one little thing that's changed.
Little things. Yeah. So moving forward, I think now is a great time to have you on, because those people that are maybe thinking of having family portraits done or something done for the holidays, that whether it's because they just want something new for their home, or whether they want to gift it to somebody,
Yes.
How can someone go about getting with you and getting those taken, prior to Christmas coming around?
Oh, yeah. Well, they can hit my website. It's Maggie Takes Pics, PIX.com. So MAGGIETAKES PIX.com. There's information on there for all kinds of different sessions, beauty sessions, business sessions. They're hiding away is family. So if you do a /family, you'll get that page. Wedding is also hidden. But reach out to me. The contact information is all on there. Phone numbers is on the website. The email is on the website. And we'll see what we can do.
Okay. Perfect. Do you have any specials or anything running right now that you want to throw out there? And if not, that's okay.
I don't have any specials running right at the moment.
Here's the thing. You don't always have to have a special going to make people want to utilize your services. And I want to put that out there.
I kind of got a little busy lately as I've done. I mean, just in the last week, I did an anniversary shoot, a family shoot. I just took photographs of an 82-year-old woman who wanted to, she's got an amazing gallery wall. She's got her now she's 82. She has her grandmother's bridal portraits hanging on her wall.
Oh, wow.
It was awesome. Amazing. It was beautiful. Anyway, but there's just, it's busy and it's a little tight.
I know a special that you could do that would be great. If you book with Maggie and you mention this podcast, she will show you the tattoo on her finger she got just for photography.
Oh, yes, that's true. I will.
I'm not going to talk about what it is on the air because you've got to reach out to her and find out what that is. So, so we ask everybody who comes on our podcast 2 very important questions that Heather always forgets, and throw in a little shade. And
I only forgot it once. There's only been once you haven't been here.
That's fine. That's all that matters is that you forgot.
Okay.
So, how long have you been part of the CVABC as Maggie Takes Pics? And what do you think is the greatest benefit of being a member or sponsor or whatever?
I think I joined in April of 2018.
Okay.
Became a sponsor in 2019. The greatest benefit is, honestly, the networking and getting to know local businesses. That has been such a boon because not only do I know where I can go to get services with somebody that I know, like, and trust.
Right.
But I can refer them happily to other people. So if somebody is out there looking for X, Y, and Z, I know a person. And I know who they are because I've been able to connect with them through this organization. So I always look at CVABC first.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's great. And I think that you couldn't hit the nail on the head any better. Like when people are asking for recommendations, I think somebody put up something a week or so ago about boudoir, and I tagged Maggie in it immediately because I knew that was what she really specialized in, and I knew she would do a good job. And, that's just kind of the thing when you see so many people asking for recommendations, and when you can go somewhere to a group of people that you feel that comfortableness with,
right?
It makes you feel better about giving that referral, because a lot of times that comes back on you too if you're throwing names out there.
Because a lot of people in the CVABC use other people in the CVABC, they can give you their firsthand experience too. It's not just, well, I know Maggie. I've never used her for anything, but I know her. So, but haven't actually been a client of yours and things like that. I was able to recommend to Woody. He wanted some boudoir photos of himself to make a calendar. So,
I'm so looking forward to that.
Yeah,
so I was able
as
to
a lot of other
recommend.
people apparently.
I have ideas.
Laura,
I can totally do. A boudoir
Laura's
calendar
Christmas
would be
present.
great.
We'll get you some Grover suspenders.
I don't know if I would call that a present though. I don't know.
We can make every
boudoir.
Thursday could be thirst
When a man
Thursday.
does that, it's called boudoir.
Boudoir.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes. I can.
I really hope Sheena stopped listening right before this.
Maybe that's what we need to do for the CVABC as a fundraiser is make a boudoir calendar,
We'll do a boudoir
different
calendar.
members,
Oh,
the men that do different things. That would be super fun.
Mike, what month are you?
Like the train even likes it.
I'd be December
He'd be
because
December.
Oh, well.
I'm a present year round.
I need a warm month, so I picked June.
You're June.
Put him in
You're
a present.
December. All right, who else we
I
gonna
love
get?
it. Oh, we
This
can
is
find
great.
plenty.
You can
Oh my gosh.
you can put me in an elf
Great.
costume. I'm fine with that.
I'll go ahead and I'll go ahead and nominate Matt Litchford. He'll be October.
There you go.
Okay, that'll work.
I got all kinds of people I could throw out there.
Oh, I think
That's
we should totally do this.
Fun.
That would be
I could
so
Simon. I could see him doing a month.
Oh yes, I could see Simon
Chris
doing
Breedlove.
Abe Loper.
Oh,
Abe Loper.
yes.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, we got it. It's going to be fabulous.
It is.
And I'm really just naming names just to see if they reach out and be like, I hate you so much for
That's right. I hate you for
so that I know if they listen to the podcast or not. So
Well,
that's hilarious.
I will put in a lovely little disclaimer here, just for my boudoir and doudoir. If it's not Facebook friendly, I don't want to see it. It's not gonna
Right.
get photographed. So
Oh, these will be
There you go.
tastefully.
they're all tastefully done.
Yes.
Absolutely. But it's gonna be. Oh gosh, yeah, we should.
That would be so fun. All right. Well, Maggie, thank you so much for joining us today. We're gonna head to a brief commercial, and then we'll be back with Love Heals. We're gonna be talking to them about their organization and some great events they have coming up.
after these messages, we'll be
Legacy
right
Wealth Management was founded out of a desire to provide the best client service experience in the financial industry. After working for years in the traditional corporate investment world, the founders of Legacy Wealth Management knew that there was a better way. With so many companies pushing their clients to call centers and increasing account minimums, they wanted to deliver a client experience second to none. They believe in education, communication, and a deep commitment to a personal relationship with each client. Call Legacy Wealth Management today or go online to lynchburglegacy.com to improve the relationship with your finances. Legacy Wealth Management Group. It's more than a plan for your money, it's a plan for your life.
When you call.
All right, welcome back, everybody. That was a brief, quick.
We need like a 20-minute commercial.
Yeah. So, and real quickly, while we're talking about that, if you are interested in sponsoring the podcast, we would love to be able to play your commercial, either introing into the show right here in the middle or even outro. And then we have the host read commercial. So lots of opportunities for your business to have a commercial and get your name out there.
And of course, you'll be hearing some of these commercials coming up soon anyway, because some of our annual sponsors get podcasts as part of their sponsorships.
That is true. That is
we'll
true.
be selecting those and recording those over the next couple weeks.
We will.
By the third week in November.
The third week in November. Really?
Because it's the first week in November.
I'm just playing. So anyway, real quick though, before we jump in, we're going to talk about Love Heals. I want to just say, Halloween is over. Everyone's getting ready for the holidays. Woody, you're already playing Christmas music, man.
Already,
I saw that 6 channels or something. Like,
Can we just talk about
there are
that for a
10
second?
channels
10
now
channels.
available, and I'm going to be honest with you. I had that ready a month ago.
and
okay?
they
And I know Brandon
was
Brown is the catalyst behind
Like,
this, Mister. I know
was
it's you.
ready to pull the trigger like 2 weeks ago.
And
I
when
was
you-
like, no,
when you
let's
log
go.
in and hit the thing, the very first song you hear is Last Christmas. So,
Boom. See?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. I'm refraining.
Nope.
I
Wait,
am that
There's
person.
they're great playlists, by the way. Like I have 10 completely different playlists, and all of them are wonderful. So
I am that person that will not even listen to Christmas music until
nope,
Thanksgiving
I'm
is
done.
over.
I'm
Well,
there.
Will not do it.
Trees going up this week.
I give November the season it deserves. I give it the love, Thanksgiving, the thankfulness. Starting today, actually, on our CBABC Facebook page, you'll see where every day, weekday, I'm not weekends, but leading up to Small Business Saturday, we are going to be talking about a different local business each day that you
Nice.
can go and shop from on Small Business Saturday. So you keep your money local. And so you'll be able to start checking that out. Starting today, we're going to be posting accent flags downtown in Lynchburg.
And that's a fantastic shop. Like
It
she's
is.
got so much stuff in there that if you get overwhelmed easily, you can get overwhelmed. But it is such a great,
Really
so many
is.
great gifts in there, things like that.
I buy
Really
something
good.
from that store every year for my mother, usually sometimes multiple people, but I love that store.
Awesome.
So anyway, so we are here today with Courtney, and I'm going to not remember your name. And so if you'll tell us who I'm with.
Yeah, it's Sarah.
Sarah, I should have known that. And we're with Love Heals. And so Love Heals is a fantastic organization. I have really enjoyed learning more about what they do in the months that they've been a member with the CBABC, and talking with Courtney and Sarah and their board and staff and everyone that I've been interacting with, in just kind of seeing how they're giving back and some of their upcoming things. I'm actually going to participate in one of them, so I'm really excited.
Awesome.
So anyway, welcome to the show. And Courtney, if you'll just kind of start us off and tell us a little bit about Love Heals overall.
Totally. Also, you guys have perfect podcast voice. So this is
Oh,
great.
thank you.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's fun to hear you guys.
It's the one I was born with. I kind of get stuck with it.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Well, Love Heals is a nonprofit based out of Lynchburg, Virginia. We believe in a world where no one walks through hardship alone. That's our vision statement. So it's something that we keep at the forefront of our minds with everything that we do. No one should have to go through something hard by themselves. And how we put that belief into practice through our mission is we connect community, we coordinate care, and we cover costs for individuals going through hardship. So we kind of say we're story-driven, not cause-driven. So that means we can kind of come alongside anybody who's willing to partner with us and share their story at their event. The covering cost portion, and what Heather's kind of referring to, comes through these things that we call benefit events and campaigns. So that a campaign is custom merchandise that we design and sell on behalf of our beneficiary, and then adventures with purpose. And then the last piece is a story-driven concert where we invite the beneficiary to come share their story personally with the audience at the concert. And we give away 100% of the money to what they're going through. So that's a little bit about us.
So I love the fact that you say you're not like cause driven. And I know there are a lot of nonprofits out there that are, you have breast cancer. You have certain things that are very specific. But I think you kind of hit the nail on the head with there are some people that are going through hardship that aren't necessarily just one thing. It's not just necessarily you can just pinpoint it into one specific, like, okay, you need to call this specific nonprofit because that's who handles that. You guys are out there, kind of loving on everyone and kind of trying to figure out how, kind of in your name, Love Heals, how can you heal them and help them without necessarily having it to be like one specific thing that's causing them hardship.
Yeah, absolutely. And it makes it's really fun because we were just talking about it this morning. There's ways and there's people who need help that you wouldn't traditionally think do. And they have stories that are so much more powerful than you would think at first glance. And they just get an opportunity to share what they're going through. We helped a family who was impacted by a couple strokes. Her husband couldn't go back to work. And being able to hear her story resonated with the people there. So, and it's not something that's like glamorous or wild or crazy. It's everyday people with everyday stories. And so there's a lot of room for connection.
Yeah. And I know like that particular family you're talking about, I was kind of, when you posted that it was them, I was like, oh my gosh, like I know them. And it wasn't just somebody from like California, like it's somebody here local in your hometown. And, growing up, this particular guy that, y'all were helping with this family, he helped coach my son in wrestling and he helped do all these things. And I just was like overwhelmed with like, oh, that's so great that people are out there caring about someone who, like, he had a stroke. Okay. There's lots of people who have strokes, but you guys kind of went and was like, this family really needs, this help. So yeah, I love it.
Thanks.
So tell us about some of your upcoming, events.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's talk about the one that I'm planning to do. I tried to get my son to do it and he told me no. So I'm not really thrilled with that, which he's usually my most adventurous one. So I don't know why he's not going with me, but anyway, let's talk about it.
He's not interested. So we have upcoming events and I will first say, go to our website, weareloveheals.org, and then /events, and you'll be able to learn about these upcoming events and maybe come for yourself. But so that benefit campaign that I was talking about, where we do the custom merch, the story-driven concerts, and the adventures with purpose, this year we're doing something a little different. I consider this year one of our organization, so it's very exciting because we are really, for the first time, treating this like a nonprofit, not just a hobby that's fun to help people on the side. And so we ended up opening up this benefit campaign to help every beneficiary we've ever partnered with. We're bringing them all back. So that family will be back. Every person that we've ever partnered with will be celebrated through this campaign. So we have a t-shirt we're selling on their behalf. We have an event called the Polar Plunge and Family Fest on November 26th from 3 to 5 p.m. In Evington off Town Fork Road at the Sparrow Estate. All that information's on our website. So that is going to be really fun. Heather's going to jump.
I'm going to jump. I'm going to do it. I really am.
She's doing it. Yeah, I'm assuming you will too.
Mike's going to come too. We're going to make it a Talk Local to Me plunge.
Yeah.
Where are we jumping? Wait, what? I'm jumping where? I've already been talked into a $10,000 wedding dress. So,
A wedding dress.
Can you plunge in it?
Maybe.
Okay.
That would be good.
Oh my gosh, that would be awesome. You could plunge in the dress.
Yeah.
I think you should.
You would win the award for best dressed.
Yeah.
True.
We would have to get Woody there and we could do a Talk Local to Me live and just be like, hey, we're getting ready to jump into the water
And
and it's freezing.
there would be
and
video for that one.
Mike has a dress on.
And for some reason, he's wearing a dress.
That's right. For some reason, Mike.
And
This was not part of the requirement. He just showed up in it. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. No one told him to do this, by the way.
Yeah.
So yeah, come plunge for them. It's $7 to plunge, representing the 7 beneficiaries. And we'll also have s'mores. We'll have hot chocolate. We'll have the academies coming out with the art bus, so kids will be able to come do arts and crafts. We'll have different nonprofits there representing what they do, almost kind of tying into Giving Tuesday, just letting them come showcase what they do, who they are. And they'll each be hosting their own events as well, little arts and crafts and stuff for families to do. So that whole side of the event is free. It's just $7 to plunge.
Right.
And we'll have fire pits so you can get warm, bring your own towel, cornhole, everything you need to have a really good time. So that's November 26th.
I have always wanted to do one of those like polar plunges. And I'm a little bit of a wimp. I don't like to be cold. So I've kind of always been like,
So how cold is this water we're jumping into?
well, it depends on how cold the weather is at that
If
point.
it's not cold
Yeah.
enough, we're going to get ice.
Like if it's today, that's cold.
That's cold.
Yeah, that's kind of cold. If it had been Saturday at Centerfest, that'd have been like a bathtub and we could have just jumped in and had a good time.
It wouldn't have been a polar plunge.
That's exactly. That would have,
Yeah, defeat the
lukewarm
purpose.
plunge.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, we'll have to see
Great
how many.
minds.
We'll have to put the challenge out and see how many CVABC members we can.
So I personally would love to do it. I would love to get like a group of CVABC members to come out and do it together as a
Oh my
polar
gosh,
plunge.
we'll all go in at the
And-
same time.
So if you're listening to this podcast, if we get 10 other CVABC members, I will jump as well. Even though
in the dress.
I'm not going to commit to the dress.
That's upsetting.
If we get 100
What
CVABC
about
members.
25?
How about 125?
Okay, you're doing this the wrong way.
Not if you're sitting in my.
What if we just buy you a different dress? Can you still just jump in a dress?
Yeah.
Like maybe that's just the point.
Yeah, that is totally
Anyway,
the
Mike
point.
is like, I hate you guys.
Yeah.
I'll
No,
wear
no.
a dress too.
Yeah.
It'll be normal.
Yeah, it'd be normal.
But I will say, if you look at, there's been other kind of things like this where people have run into the James and done stuff for different charities. $7 is nothing
Right?
to go in and support, this organization and support the 7 families that it's representing and that it's helping. So, it's very minimal. $7, if you can do more, donate more. But like go in and do that $7, run into the water with me, listen to me scream really loud like a baby. And then, or like a little girl, I'll go ahead and say it, like a little girl, and then run back out. Because you don't have to stay in long. You just have
No.
to run in, right? Just have
7 minutes.
You have to get-
No, just kidding.
Whoa, hypothermia. But do you have to like go into like your neck? I mean, is there like a certain?
There's no requirement on how
Okay.
deep you plunge. I'll let you guys all make that call yourselves. But a plunge to me should be under the water. I think you should go under the water.
Oh, okay. We're going under the water.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I hear that. Okay. Well,
So we have someone texting in, which is code for my wife is asking.
Oh, okay.
So where is this? What are we plunging into? And what time of day is this?
We're plunging into a pond at 4:45.
4:45. Okay.
Yeah, event starts at 3, but we'll jump in at 4:45.
so it's had a little time to warm. It's not like you're getting there at like 6 in the morning, 7
Right.
in the morning, and
No.
hitting it like after. Yeah.
Had time to hit Amazon for a
Getting
heated
to the
vest and
ice.
everything after.
Yeah, you'll have
So-
and you can just warm right back up at the fire. You'll be okay. Everyone's gonna be all right.
And where is this pond?
It's 2709 Town Fork Road, Evington.
I'm getting a verbal yes from the corner. Yeah.
Evington, Virginia. It's in Virginia.
Yeah.
It's in Virginia.
Clarify that.
Good.
Wait, the
gravy
train is especially loud today. Like, what is that?
Yeah.
It
Well,
sure is.
it's showing its support. It's saying plunge, baby, plunge.
Yeah, that's right.
What it's saying.
And if you register to plunge, you'll get a bracelet with all our beneficiaries' names on them. So you'll have a token to remember what you did that for.
Yeah, I like that, and I love that you're tying it into that Giving Tuesday. It's right there at the Small Business Saturday, Giving Tuesday, all those things. So you're going to be able to support other local nonprofits as well because you're making this a collaborative effort where they're being able to come out and put their tables up and show support. So if you're a nonprofit that is listening, are you still accepting those that want to come out? Okay.
Yeah, we just would like to know, I think November 16th, we probably want to get the final layout of who's coming. So if you are a nonprofit and you want to set up, just email me at Courtney@weareloveheels.org.
Right, because that's a Sunday, correct?
Yep.
Okay, and it's from 3 till what time?
5.
3 to 5. Okay, so I am pretty sure. I'm going to say this now. I'm pretty sure that the CVBC is going to have a table there as well.
Okay.
I know we've talked about it, but I think we'll have one if I'm going there to plunge. So any of our members that want to come out and plunge with us can come.
Sheena has committed to plunging, so she.
There you go, girl. I know. And Libby Orman, if you're listening, because I know you are.
I'm just gonna go ahead and sign up.
We're going to sign Libby up too.
Yeah.
That's right.
Watch, we're going to get a hateful text in about 5 minutes. See how that runs.
We're gonna find out who listened to the podcast today by calling.
That's right. We are calling everybody out.
You're already signed up.
So,
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the first event. Then we have another event. So, and that's the last piece is the story driven concert. So on December 2nd, we're going to have a big concert located at Waymaker Church as the venue. We'll have headlining artist Terry Ann and opening act Renee. And that's where you're really going to get to meet our beneficiaries. They'll all be there either in person or via Zoom because some of them aren't here anymore. Actually, only 2 of them aren't here. So you'll get to meet 5 of them. And 100%, like I said, of your ticket is going directly to them and their needs. So that's another concert we really want to see you guys out at, and it's going to be a great time.
How much are tickets for that event?
They are $30, and you can pre-order them currently on our website, the weareloveheels.org/events, and it says benefit concert. There's a whole section right there where you can click, and it'll take you to the ticket link.
Yeah, and your ticket includes a meet and greet with our artists. And we're doing a little bit of a special deal right now where the first 25 to go ahead and order those tickets are going to get a free bracelet, whether or not you plunge. So.
Whether or not you plunge.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So the people that sign. Wait, no, hold on. I'm going to backtrack. So if you get your ticket to the concert, or is it if you get your tickets for the plunge?
Technically both.
Okay. Oh, I get it. So if you buy a ticket to plunge, but then you chicken out, you don't plunge, you'll still get a bracelet.
That for sure. And then the first, yeah. so
just
don't
checking.
worry.
I'm just
Regardless,
checking.
you're getting your bracelet.
But plunging. I'm just checking.
Yeah, we're going to reserve 25 for the first 25 people who get a ticket to the concert because we want to see that house packed as well. Yeah. So we're going to pack the house.
Okay.
Some group discounts too. You can email me if you're interested of a group of 10 or more. We're doing discounted tickets at 50% off. So if you get a group together, I can get you that promo code to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's another potential where if we could get a group of CVBC members that want to head out and enjoy the concert too, we can put y'all together and get you that promo code.
Yep.
And get you over to that concert. I know, unfortunately for myself, I won't be able to because of the Christmas tree lighting in town, but there's like close to 600 members. I'm sure. Come on, guys, we can pull together.
Can we get 10?
Crowd. We get a crowd of 10.
Let's get 10.
Let's get them together. So 10 to plunge and 10 to come to a concert. We got it.
Okay, 20.
Perfect.
You have your roster. You have to fill it.
I'm gonna start writing down names.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be fun though. I'm really excited. I love that you guys have kind of put this together, thinking a little bit out of the box with the polar plunge, and then so going into 2024, do y'all look for new families every year? How does that kind of work moving forward? Or, when you're kind of looking at who to help and stuff like that?
Absolutely. So moving forward, we're going to have a selection committee who will be receiving nominations off of our website. So we'll put that nomination process up. People can submit, hey, here's this person, here's some references, here's what they're going through. And then our selection committee will then sort through who's the best fit for a concert. Because a big piece, like I said, with us is sharing their story. We consider our beneficiaries our partners. They're partnering with us to share their story and change their community through the telling of their story. Not everyone wants to do that, and that's totally fine. How can we help you in a different way? So that's why our mission is connecting community, coordinating care, and then covering costs. So we will look for other ways that we can get a relationship built with other nonprofits and organizations that can help fit their needs maybe a bit better than we can. And we want to walk them through to that next step, not just send them off. No, we don't do that. And then coordinating care, one of the programs we have is Coffee for Caregivers. So that's a program that we do once a month where we give free coffee for anyone who's a caregiver. And they are welcome to join us there, where we help build relationships and, again, connections in that community as well. So that's how we're going to move forward in 2024, is through that process. We're kind of looking a lot for where can we collaborate over where do we just build something from scratch. So next year we do plan to expand into some different areas of Virginia. We're going to Virginia Beach, Roanoke, and where's the other one?
Charlottesville?
Nope.
Nope.
Virginia
Or
Beach
we just throwing out
and
names?
DC area. There it is. We got it. DC area. So there's actually a veterans festival up in Virginia Beach we're going to try to partner with and help the veteran community there.
Right.
Excellent.
What is it?
Excellent.
Oh, I
Oh,
thought you
say
said
that's
that's Flint.
It's excellent.
No.
No, it's
And I was
excellent.
like, what's Flint? Yeah, so there's some options. We're just looking for where can we come alongside and champion individuals to come out and share their story. What organizations can we partner with and kind of find synergy with to elevate that experience for people going through specific cause related things, you know?
I think that's key to doing what you're doing. And like you were saying, because it's not just like one specific cause, it can be multiple.
Right.
Being able to collaborate with another business or another
Mhm.
nonprofit that is already helping or already serving a community in some way that maybe you can fill those gaps and holes in, I think
Yeah.
is awesome.
Yeah.
And then kind of moving back, are others allowed to nominate a family, or did the families have to do it themselves?
No, others are allowed
Oh,
to.
others- okay.
Yeah. No, anyone can submit a nomination. So up until this, I mean, we did word of mouth until this year. So it was really just someone would come to me with, here's a need and here's this person, which still will happen. But to mitigate me having to sort through all of that, we just need people who can sort through it and figure out who's the best fit instead of it being me having to decide. That's not a good look as we grow.
Right.
Just picking and choosing. So yeah. Yep.
Okay.
That's the plan.
Well, I'm just, I just love the work y'all are doing.
Thank
And
you.
like I said, the more I talk with you guys and the more I learn about what you're doing moving forward, the more excited I get, and like I get on board with wanting to be a part of it and help. And I think a lot of times when you can really you can hear somebody and like just really hear the passion they have for what they're doing, and it makes you excited, makes you want to be passionate about what's going on.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I am passionate about apparently freezing my tail off.
Yeah.
I jump
As you
into
should be.
a lake.
I'm excited for you and Sheena to do that.
I'm excited for me and Sheena and Mike.
Call it pain with purpose.
There you go.
Oh,
There you
yeah.
go. It's actually really good for you.
Yeah.
Plunging. It's really good for you. There's got to be health nuts on this thing who are listening that are like, yeah,
Dopamine.
dopamine. Yeah, it has good dopamine levels for you. You'll feel great. I promise.
Okay.
Promise.
I like it. All right.
Yeah.
Like fun.
Well, let's put out there your website. How can they get a hold of you to find out more information? And then I'm gonna turn it over to Mike to let him ask you a question that he asks all of our guests.
Oh, okay. I'm nervous. Is it,
Don't
will
be.
I wear a dress to
It's easy.
plunge?
Yeah, that may be an extra bonus question.
Ooh, I can't wait. No, you can. So go to weareloveheels.org. Heels like healing, not heels like the shoe. Some people think HEELS. That is incorrect. So go to weareloveheels.org. If you want my contact information, it's on the website. But you can also email me directly at Courtney@weareloveheels.org. So that is how you can get in touch with us. All of the information you need to know is on there. We're on Instagram, Love Heels Official. We're on Facebook, Love Heels Official. And we're on TikTok at Love Heels Official. So those are other ways you can follow along.
Okay.
And you can sign up for our monthly newsletter at the bottom of our webpage if you want to stay up to date with us on
Awesome.
events.
I will have to do that.
Yeah, sign up.
All right. So the question that I ask everyone who comes on the podcast is, how long have you been part of the CVABC? And what do you think is the biggest benefit of being part of the CVABC for your organization?
I'll answer how long and benefit, and then I'll let Sarah answer the benefit she's found in it.
Cool.
We joined, when did we join? Was it February? No
So
way.
the very first coffee talk you attended was the one at Mission House, I
Yeah.
believe,
Yep.
which
We-
was January.
Okay.
So
So
it
it was
feels like-
February.
I
Wow.
believe it was by February you
That's
guys had
crazy.
joined.
Okay.
It's flying by.
Yeah. So in January, I didn't know what I was going to. Samantha Simmons just found
She
me.
just sent you and said, hey, you're coming to
She just found me and dragged me into a room full of people. I didn't know what was going on or what we were doing there. And she's great. And she got me in. And then that's when I learned about what you guys are. And then we talked about it and then approved us signing up for it. So yeah, then I guess it's been longer than I thought,
Yeah,
which is wild. So yeah.
Don't tempt us with a good time. That's what happens.
Absolutely not. So I think the biggest benefit for me, and I shared this at one of the coffee talks, I think it's been really cool because I found a lot of community and connection and friendship in it. And for me, coming out of the service industry and being a bartender, it's like you have your family and they're your people, and you kind of go through the weeds together and fight through a shift and have a great time celebrating that you made it through after. And so I found some of that community with the CVABC of we're all going through the throes of nonprofit work or small business work or board work or just the everyday struggles of a business. So I found a similar feeling of community and connection, and honestly, a lot of advocates. So it's been really great because it's empowered me to see where Love Heals can go. I had a limited mindset, even though I was passionate, I didn't see where it could go until other people were able to see it for me. And it helped set me even more passionate and excited about how we can grow and help people. So
That's awesome. And one of the things I love about your organization is if you guys come to something, it's rarely is it just one of you. Like you guys support each other. That goes with your whole mantra, theme.
That's true.
Whatever the word is. That's like you guys are always there supporting each other at different events, because I met you guys at the Bagels and Benefits, and I met you at Coffee Talk, a couple of things like that. So like you guys support each other as well, not just in the community, but as an organization, you guys are there for each other. And I love that. So.
Yeah, I love that too.
Cool perspective, yeah.
So, and if you didn't notice that, now you'd be like, wow, it's great they're coming with me.
Oh, wow.
So,
yeah, we just kind of always are like, let's all go if we can. So we go.
Yeah. No, it's great to see, though. It's great to see.
I love it. Yeah.
Cool.
So, and what do you think the biggest benefit? She was going to throw it to you for
I was
something.
going to throw it to you. I want to
was
hear your perspective.
initially pumped about the billboard. That sounded cool.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Isn't that expensive? Because my dad is in the restaurant business and franchising stuff. So I was pumped because that sounded cool. But I think I'll honestly just piggyback off of Courtney's, because she and I were talking yesterday about how this can kind of feel, at least in the stretch we're in, as kind of a bit of a baby organization, that this can sometimes feel like a lonely endeavor. Even though there are 3 of us and we are a pretty decent team, it can feel kind of like lonely. So honestly, going to a lot of the events, they're really cool. I like talking to the people, and I met a guy who does custom sheds, and he gave me so many pamphlets, and I was like, this is cool. But I don't know, like I think it is really like there's a sense of community and like camaraderie that you guys have. And they're really enjoyable. Little, like the bagels one, that was great.
Yeah.
Had a really good time. Coffee Talks, awesome. Like you guys do a really good job at fostering that community, I think. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well,
Awesome.
I appreciate it, and I love it too that you guys have joined and kind of jumped in and been involved, because that's a big piece of it too, is being involved and getting those, coming to the meetings and fostering the relationships, not just joining and then like
I'm going to join, and then magic's going to happen in my business or
Right.
organization is going to grow.
gonna-
That's not how the real world works. You've got to, yes, you've got to pay and be part of organizations, but you've also got to be involved with them
Yeah.
and go to the things and meet people and make those connections.
Yeah.
Agree.
Yeah.
There's so many people out there willing to do so much, but yeah, it's been great. So I've loved it.
Yeah.
I've loved it.
Same.
Well, if you have been listening today and want to participate with myself, Mike, and Sheena, because Mike's like looking at me like this is not happening.
Yes, it's happening.
Make sure to check out the website. Get signed up for the Polar Plunge. It's only $7, guys. Come on, that is nothing. Put that in there. Heck, sign somebody else up for it too. I mean, I'm just gonna go
Hey,
sign Woody up.
I bought you
today when he's not looking.
I bought you an early Christmas present.
Yeah. Merry Christmas.
My
Polar
Christmas
Plunge.
present is I'm going to give you some dopamine.
I put the
So,
dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, a whole day's worth.
A whole day's worth.
Yeah.
But you're starting a little late in the day, but that's okay.
And
Because maybe it'll go into the night.
And some
carries over.
s'mores.
And a couple s'mores.
Yeah. So, because I'm going to reach out to the Liberty High School wrestling community and see how many of the boys I can get to come jump
That would be awesome.
in honor of Gerald, because he used to do wrestling for
That'd be
them a
great.
long time ago.
That
So
is
be like, come on,
such a-
guys, like let's figure it out. Like, how do we make this work?
That's such a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So check them out. You can also find information on www.cvabc.org. If you would like to look in our member directory, you can pull up Love Heals, get their information off of there as well. And then also any of the events that we've talked about coming up, our Lynchburg and Bedford Christmas Parade applications are open through November 17th. Make sure you get those in there, because we are going to be a stickler with the deadline this year, because we have to be with it coming up right after Thanksgiving. So
You didn't have to look at me when you said that.
I know, because I'm usually that person. I let people slide. I let people in.
And I'm usually the person going, can't you just let me slide in? You knew I was going to do that.
And yeah, so but definitely check that out. That's kind of the last of our major events going on for 2023. However, we are going to make sure you are shopping local this holiday season now that everyone's kind of kicking it up. Yep. That's always been the mission of the Central Virginia Business Coalition, is to shop local, buy local, and support local. So be checking out our Facebook page for how you can be doing that, as well as here on Talk Local to Me, Facebook page, and our TikTok, because we're going to get something started pretty soon there. We're going to start a Talk Local to Me TikTok page, which is going to be really cool.
That ought to be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be. I've got plans, got big plans. So anyway, thank you for tuning in with us today.
Mike Norfield, and you can check out more at cvabc.org.